morning and welcome to ONNtv's Mornings with Luann and Tim. And if you're off this morning, good for you. That's awesome.
Glad you get to sleep in.
Yeah.
Maybe you're watching this at 10 o'clock because you missed us live at 8 because you slept in. It's foggy.
Oh, man.
A foggy day in Sault Ste. Marie.
When I was driving in at about 20 to 6, I'll tell you what.
What?
It was a little, slow down.
Pea soupy?
Yes, it was hard to see.
It was even when I came up the hill this morning at 6:55. It was,
I know.
Yeah, it was thick fog.
Yes.
It's still very out there.
Very misty, too.
I don't think the sun's going to break through. Not supposed to, is it?
No, not supposed to. But
so there you go. You got Monday off, but the weather's not going to be very nice, so clean your house. But it's so much. But it's hot.
Oi. Too hot.
Muggy.
Yeah, it's too hot for me.
What did you do on the weekend?
Well, I went out to some friends' camp
you do
on
that?
Saturday.
You have all your friends have camps.
Yeah, Jim and I are like really one of the few.
Couch surfers.
Yes, we're like.
You just go.
And Jim had a boys' night out at Lower Island Lake on Friday night, and then he came home and then we left.
You sent me a message. What were you?
Yes.
You were having a girls' night all by yourself.
I was sitting in my bed drinking vodka and watching makeup videos.
That's right.
Right.
And tweeting me.
And tweeting.
No, not tweeting.
No, texting.
Texting.
Yeah.
Yes.
What'd you do this weekend?
I lay low.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a message from Keith. He had to go to Emerge for a second time in Sudbury because he's at work on a TV show there. So he sent me a message saying he got a friend to drive him to emergency because his lungs have been giving him a really hard time. He had a lung infection and they gave him amoxicillin.
Yes.
Like 1,500 a day, milligrams or something, which I thought was a lot, 3 times a day. But it was after 4 days, he still was having a heck of a time.
Really?
So he went back to emergency, and they got him to breathe stuff in for about 15 minutes, and then they gave him a prescription puffer, and they gave him a different prescription. And sounds like stuff is starting to move. So
good.
I think he'll find out today whether or not it might be pneumonia.
Oh gosh, I hope not.
I hope not to, but anyway, I don't know if he's awake and watching because he has today off, so I don't imagine he's awake. But anyway, I'm thinking of you, Keith. I hope you're feeling better.
Hope you feel better, honey.
No, I kind of laid low for the weekend.
Yeah.
Didn't do too much, and did some yard work yesterday, and went and got some great sales on things like
end of season
sales. So yeah, out at New North and at.
Did you get caught in the rain? Because there was like that monster thunderstorm.
I was in Walmart.
Oh, were you?
When the
oh my!
When the thunder, I happened to, and it all timed out perfectly.
Awesome.
I managed to miss the rain.
That's all good.
But boy, it's never wet now.
Yeah, it's soaking now.
But then I hear for the rest of the week after today, how are the fires doing?
There's still like 42 of them.
42?
Yeah. And Perry Sound 33, the big one, grew a little bit still over the weekend, but they finally got some hoses around the whole thing.
So they're not getting this weather down there?
No, not enough. Lots of wind sort of makes it even more difficult for them. Yeah, so that's not so good.
Wow.
But that's coming up in news. We'll give you some more details about that because Killarney's been affected. French River's been affected, of course. So yeah, we'll keep you updated as the morning goes along.
Yeah.
And Donald Trump is arguing with someone.
Who now?
I know.
Who's he not arguing with?
Yeah, LeBron James.
Oh.
Well, apparently LeBron, went to CNN, did an interview with Don Lemon.
The dumbest man on television.
Yeah, the dumbest man on television.
According to Donald Trump.
And he talked about how he felt like Donald Trump has been a divisive leader. And so Donald Trump went on Twitter and said, LeBron James interviewed by the dumbest man on television.
And he said Don Lemon made LeBron look smart, which isn't easy to do. Mm-hmm. And
isn't that lovely?
But he used to say the nicest things about LeBron James until LeBron James came out and said I wouldn't sit across the table from Donald Trump, and if nobody else ran against him, then I would throw my hat in the ring just because he needs to be
for him out.
Get him out.
Melania, though, in the meantime, a spokesperson for her said that she kind of went against her husband.
She did.
And said that LeBron, she talked about his charity work and
opening the schools.
Yes, and how he's really giving back to his own personal community and stuff. So
she praised him.
Yes, she did.
Got to wonder, how did Donald Trump see that interview on CNN? He doesn't watch CNN.
No, he doesn't.
But Melania does.
Yes, she does.
No one tells Melania what to watch. Nobody puts baby in the corner. So maybe he walked by her bedroom because they don't sleep together.
Oh, they don't?
No, she has her own room. So maybe he.
I have my own house.
Maybe, maybe he walked by her bedroom and saw the news on CNN because that's what she watches, because it's real news, not phone news like Fox News.
Oh! Yes. Oh, fake news.
Fox
yeah,
is
he's
not
just
fake.
too much. It boggles my mind
I don't
still.
understand. And then how come he says on Air Force One, he said they wrote the story on Air Force One about Don Jr.'s meeting in Trump Tower being about Russian adoption. And they stuck with that story. Russian adoption, Russian adoption. They didn't know it was going to. And now he's actually coming out and saying, my poor son, Don Jr., he's such a great guy. And he went into that meeting to get dirt on Hillary. And everyone does it. I mean, everyone goes to try to get dirt on your political foes. Just not with Russia, Donald.
No, of course you do. But not with Russia.
So anyway, now he's actually saying, he's admitting that Don Jr. went to the meeting in Trump Tower to get dirt on Hillary from an enemy.
Yeah, basically, that's what he is.
So he's changed his story.
Yeah, again.
Again.
Oh, you know what?
Can't keep his lies straight.
No, he can't. I think he gets confused, and those rallies scare the pants off me.
Whoa, that was.
Man, there are people
But there were clashes, but it didn't seem it was too bad this time between the right and the left, the Antifa.
Yes.
And the whatever you call them. The white supremacists, I guess.
Yeah. You see them though in the background, in behind them, and they're just cheering them on. It's just a wonder to me.
Yeah.
You know.
Saudi Arabia now.
Apparently
now speaking not Donald Trump. Now speaking about Prime Minister Trudeau.
Right, but not even him really. I guess so. There was a tweet put out by Canada on Friday that they sort of don't appreciate the lack of human rights in Saudi Arabia, including women's rights. Well, Saudi Arabia tweeted back, and they're not happy with Canada.
They said, get your what do they call that? The person who's there for our country.
Yes.
The ambassador.
The ambassador.
Get your ambassador out.
He is considered not persona non grata
in Saudi Arabia because Canada said, we would like you to release. There's a female lawyer who is there. Her brother was imprisoned and whipped and beaten, and she's over there now fighting for women's rights. And they've imprisoned her, and she's a Canadian citizen. And they said, release her immediately. And Saudi Arabia said, we don't like the way you used her immediately.
Yes, seriously. They're just no,
get your guy out of here, and we're going to start looking at cutting off trade and stuff.
Yes. And if you're going to look into us, we're going to look into you.
Human rights violations.
Yeah.
Good for Canada. We don't tolerate human rights violations.
No, we don't. Doesn't matter where it is and how. We don't.
Speaking about human rights.
Yes.
On this morning's show, I have an interview coming up later on with Clare Mitchell, who runs an afternoon trans support group. And I'm curious to hear about that for transgender people in Sault Ste. Marie to get support. And it's
that's awesome.
I'm going to learn more this morning on Mornings with Luann and Tim. And also we have an interview that I recorded on Friday with Matt LaMontagne. And it's all about, he runs this outdoor, it's called Commit to be Fit program. Fantastic, free of charge fitness in Sault Ste. Marie and Clear Park or different locations. And Matt talked a little bit about that programming going on through the rest of August and into September as well.
Terrific. So we'll do all that when we come back, right?
And news with Luann as well. So stay with us. We'll be back with more Mornings with Luann and Tim right after this. Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim and Claire. Good morning,
Hi.
Claire.
It's good morning.
Thanks for joining me this morning, Claire. I know that you ended up having to walk a distance. You didn't realize how far north the studio was, and in this humidity, you've been out walking. I'm sorry to do that to you. Are you feeling a little more relaxed now that you're here?
Yes, the air conditioning is amazing.
The air conditioning is amazing, right?
Yes.
So, Claire, I was saying, I think I might have said on the break that you were from Blind River. You're from Bruce Mines.
Bruce Mines,
Bruce
yes.
Mines originally. That's a small. What's the population in Bruce Mines? Do you even know?
I don't know.
It's not very large, though, is it?
No, very small-minded
Very
community.
small and small-minded, you think?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, Claire, I gotta say, when I grew up in Sault Ste. Marie in the 1970s, I didn't know any other gay people in Sault Ste. Marie. I didn't really even know what gay was until I was probably about 13 years old. I was like, homosexual? Maybe that's what I am. And I thought, well, that would explain a few things anyway. But, so what was it like? I mean, my gosh, you're in Bruce Mines, small northern Ontario town, and you're starting to question, when was the first time you sort of questioned your gender identity and thought, what I'm thinking is not necessarily what I'm feeling is not necessarily expressing itself through my body? What was one of the first memories you had?
I was about 6 or 7. My mom was pregnant with my second sister, and I was sitting there across, well, she was sitting up on the porch there in front of the house. And I could see her, and she was pregnant, and I thought that was amazing, and I wanted to do that. And unfortunately, I had a little bit, my mom kind of shattered my world there and told me that, well, boys can't do that, have babies there, you need an innie, not an outie.
And your world was shattered because you were, but now, let me ask you something. Let's fast forward to present day. Are we getting to the point where even a transgender person may be able to actually at some point give birth?
Yes.
We're working on that?
Yeah, that is a possibility from what I've seen on the...
Incredible how technology advances, right?
Yeah, something in like the next 10 years.
Wild. Hey, so maybe you'll still have that, maybe you'll still be able to have a baby after all.
Maybe.
But, okay, so that was back to 6 years old. And now, that's not surprising to me because, I mean, we start learning about gender, well, I mean, with the new curriculum.
Oh my
With the curriculum that we had from 2015, we started to learn about gender early on, grade 6, grade 5, I think, actually. You were learning about parents, maybe same-sex parents in like grade 3, the fact that some people have 2 mommies, some people have 2 daddies.
Actually,
that was the current curriculum.
I didn't learn about that until high school.
Well, but see, when did you, but you're older. This curriculum has only been around since 2015. That's why. We were learning, you and I, well, you learned from the 1998 curriculum, which did not address any of those things at all.
Actually, it didn't address anything at all.
No.
It just said, you have this part, and this is how it works.
Exactly. So it didn't talk about gender expression or any of that kind of stuff like nowadays. Well, nowadays for the time.
For the time being.
Not even anymore. They've yanked it for the fall, so we don't even know what's going on. But anyway.
Oh my God.
I know. Let's move on. So now, when did you find out? So for me, like I said, homosexuality was a word that I learned later in life. When did you learn about transgender?
I was about 10 or between 10 and 13, we'll say.
Okay.
And I was at my dad's, and I think he was out working or something like that, and he had satellite, and it was the first time I had satellite.
Okay.
So I was flipping through channels there, and I came across Boys Don't Cry.
Amazing film.
Horrifying.
Yes.
Amazing yet horrifying there, and for a young person to be watching an uncut version of it, it was very dramatic, but I learned the words that helped me to understand me. Well, gave me the words to find the words to describe me.
Right. And so now let's say you're 13 years old, and now puberty is going on, and was it one of those situations where this does not make sense to me?
Oh, yeah.
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 So how does a young, oh my gosh, how does a young trans person growing up in Bruce Mines, get information. How did you learn about yourself? Did you just do research on your own, or?
Yes, I did. I actually was going online there. I was checking out stuff. I was looking at surgeries and stuff like that.
Right.
I got kicked out of the library one too many times for looking at porn, apparently, but...
They considered it porn because you were...
Oh, no, I let them think that. I would rather get kicked out for...
You'd rather get kicked out for looking at porn than kicked out for looking at becoming a woman?
Yes.
Physically changing.
Yes.
Wow, man, that's crazy. So then how did you find out... So is that how you found out about hormone therapy and stuff?
Actually, no, I didn't. I was just looking at the surgery and that.
Okay. We have to go to commercial.
Okay.
When we come, okay, well, you're so easy to get along with. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about your transition, and then all about the group and the support that you're offering to people in this community to let them know that they are not alone.
Yeah.
And I guess about resources that are out there for support. So stay with us. More with Claire and Tim on Mornings with Luann and Tim right after this commercial break. We are back with Claire Mitchell, and Claire, you run a trans support group in the afternoons at Shabby Motley. It's the first Saturday of every month. Is that right?
Yeah.
What time?
From 1 to 4.
And what kind of you started this how long ago?
November.
Okay, so it's been a few months. How's the turnout been?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
We've had a few people come out.
Right on.
Yeah.
So, because it's not just for trans, is right? I mean, it's a support group for...
People under the trans umbrella.
Under the trans umbrella. Now, here we go. See, we get the letters in.
Yeah. Well.
What do you consider under the trans umbrella?
Well, we have, well, transgender for one, non-binary, agender, and people who are questioning their gender.
People who are questioning. So anybody is welcome to come in.
Allies are also welcome.
Allies are always welcome. And it's just a place to have a conversation, to share some thoughts. And what did you say in the green room? You could.
You can talk about whatever you want, even Pokemon Go if you want.
You can talk about Pokemon Go. It really is just a matter of getting together and being able to see that you're not alone in the community, and if you have any questions, right? As far as questions go, when you were questioning and then you started doing research on your own, was the next step then medical stuff, like trying to find out what you could do to transition, what the steps were going to be to transition? Yeah,
once I finally worked up the courage to go into the doctor's office and say that. Unfortunately, I had a kind of a shocking revelation for that.
Why? What?
I got hit by a truck before that.
No kidding?
Yeah, I got hit by a 3/4 ton Ford pickup.
Oh, what kind of injuries did you sustain?
Bruise on my elbow and my knee.
Oh boy.
I walked into work that day.
Oh, so now and your transition occurred. Your transitioning has been occurring because of your family doctor alone, right? You're not seeing any sort of specialists or anything.
Well, I'm talking with a man named Dr. Fung.
Okay.
He's stationed out of Toronto.
All right.
Yeah. Other than that, I use Dr. McLean's office, Superior Family Med.
And he's been very good for you.
Yes.
So Dr. Fung, is that where you get the hormones? Is that who prescribes the hormones and stuff? Or?
Yes.
Okay. And you've been doing hormones now for how long?
For just over 2 years.
And how's that feeling for you?
Really good.
Really
I
good?
don't have this like super anxiety, like pent up, like grrr.
No. Things are getting better for you?
Yeah, I'm a lot calmer and I'm a lot happier.
And you're making friends in the community that are actually feeling what... now, have you been kind of sort of a peer for people? Like, are you now mentoring people who are questioning or who are experiencing what you've gone through?
Yes. It's kind of weird for me considering I'm normally a voluntold person.
Voluntold. I was going to say, it must make you feel pretty proud of yourself. Mm-hmm. Well, good for you. And what's next for you, Claire? Do you continue? You're going to continue on your journey to become a transgender woman?
Yes.
You're going to go. You have a full surgery eventually. You hope.
Yes. I've recently applied for surgery.
Wow, that's so exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. And so, if anybody has questions, Claire, about the transgender group that meets at Shabby's on this Saturday, what's the best way for them to get any more information? Can they look at Shabby's list of events and stuff and find you that way?
I have on Facebook, actually. I have a support group online.
Oh.
It's only been around for a few months there.
Okay, how do they find it on Facebook, Claire?
Afternoon Trans Support Group.
Okay, on Facebook.
Yeah, and the meeting is afternoon Trans Coffee.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for coming on the show, and I look forward to seeing you again. Keep us up to date on what's going on, and if you want to come back on the show, you know you're more than welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, we have to go now because otherwise we don't get to see Luann again, and for some reason she needs to be on this show as well, Claire. So,
okay.
You stay put. We'll come back from commercial in just a minute to say goodbye with Luann on Mornings with Luann and Tim. Be right back. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life.
Yes.
The facts of life.
Did you watch it?
The facts, yes.
Me too.
The facts
I
of life.
that.
One of the facts of life is that eventually you die.
Yes, and unfortunately, Charlotte Ray passed away. She was the house mother, Mrs. Garrett.
Mrs. Garrett.
Yeah.
She was also a musical theater performer.
Was she?
Yes, she was a singer as well, Charlotte Ray. Uh-huh.
No kidding.
Yes.
92 years old.
Was she 92?
92.
A lot of people
Nice
got
life.
their start on the facts
Yes.
of life. Now, that was a spin-off from Different Strokes. She was on Different Strokes, Conrad Bain, and he adopted the two
boys.
The two boys, and so then she was the housekeeper.
Was she?
And then she got a spin-off to become Mrs.
I do
Garrett.
not remember that.
Yes.
Wow.
And then when Charlotte Ray, she eventually left the show, and they brought on Cloris Leachman to come in.
Yes.
To replace her.
Yeah.
But so on that show, Leonardo DiCaprio played a character on that show at one time. George Clooney played a character on that show at one time. Plus, of course, all the girls.
All the girls, yes.
Yeah, who went on to, well, Kim Fields went on, the one that played.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
But the others didn't really. Rachel, what's her name? The blonde, I forget. Welsh, Lisa Welsh.
Yes,
she had more of a career, I think, I think she went on to being like a Christian musician kind of thing.
Yes, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lisa Welchel. Anyway, Charlotte Ray, 92.
92.
She reminded me
Yes.
of, who was the other one who was like, Nancy Walker. Remember her from Rhoda?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, there were all these short little character actresses.
Yes, really tough, sort of.
And now I
but
hear
not.
Leonardo DiCaprio and Jessica Biel, of all people, might be wanting to do a reboot of The Facts of
Yes.
Life.
What's with the reboots everywhere?
Everywhere.
It's like nobody has an original idea anymore.
And
like reboots all over the place.
yeah, and they're going back to shows that weren't even that great in the first place.
Yeah. I mean, Facts of Life was. I thought it was awesome.
It ran a lot, like 8 seasons or something. Or?
You know what, too? In a way, a real groundbreaker because it was all female cast.
True.
You know, and dealt with all of the female issues of, a house full of girls and at that age. And
it did, and they got to some edgier stuff too as the girls got older too.
Yeah, they sure did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have somebody really awesome coming up.
Clare Mitchell. Clare was born in Blind River and has always lived in Northern Ontario. Clare is a trans woman, and she runs a support group out of Shabby Motley the first Saturday of every month. And she's going to tell us a little bit about growing up in Northern Ontario and what it was like for her. And
awesome.
How she is running this support group just to have conversation and bring people together with the common purpose of just having socialization and having someone to talk to.
And making sure that you realize you're not alone.
Not alone. That's a huge thing.
Yeah, I bet it is.
You're not alone in this world.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to look forward to that
Thank you.
conversation. Coming up right after this commercial break on TV, Mornings with Luann and Tim. Right back.
In the studio with me this morning is Matt LaMontagne. I like saying that name, Matt. It's like a movie star name.
Thank you.
You're not a movie star, though.
No.
You're a, what are you?
I'm the physical literacy coordinator.
Physical literacy coordinator for the city of Sault Ste. Marie. That's a pretty cool title. I have no idea what it means, but we're going to find out. Oh, so your background, Matt, you studied at Sault College first?
Yes.
What'd you take there?
I took occupational therapist and physiotherapist assistant. I did that for 2 years, graduated in 2014.
Yeah.
And then after that, I transferred my credits to Lake Superior State University, where I got my degree in exercise science and kinesiology.
Exercise science and kinesiology.
Yes.
Okay, so kinesiology, I love that word.
Yes.
It's a big word.
Oh,
Makes
yeah.
you sound smart. That's all about sort of how the body moves and all about like, is that right? Like,
Yeah, it's all about body's human movement, how the body works, how it moves, and how your body reacts to exercise, and and the processes and things that go on during exercise and physical activity.
Cool. And
Yeah.
you studied that, sorry, that was a 4 years you finished in 3?
Yeah, 4-year degree, finished in 3, graduated in 2017.
Aren't you a clever fellow? And so, now you had a background in working with the city anyway. You worked as a summer student, is that right?
Yes, I worked as a summer student for 5 years at the Berta Bondar Park and Marina in the Community Services Department, where I am now.
Okay, so right. And
Yes.
so at that time you were working with Virginia McLeod and Ricky Borean?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, they were tough bosses, weren't they, those two?
Very tough.
You loved working with them.
I loved working with them. They were fantastic people. They're fantastic people.
Now who are you with at the city?
Margaret Hazelton. She is my new supervisor, my new boss, and she's just as fantastic.
And you're loving this job?
I am loving it, yes.
And your education is perfect for this
Yeah.
for this position.
Right.
Is this a new position?
This is a new position. It's on a government grant to the Ontario government.
Yeah.
It's a 1-year contract, and I'm hoping that when I'm done with this contract, I make a big impact on everybody in the city.
Well, I think you already are.
Yeah.
You've got some really impressive programs that are going on. But before we get to the actual programs that you're running,
Yes.
let's talk about the actual definition of physical literacy for those who may not understand what it means. So,
All right.
go ahead.
The definition of physical literacy in the easiest and basic terms, it's a confidence and competence to perform physical activities and exercises without needing the assistance or somebody always over your shoulder showing you how to do it and keep on showing you how to do it as well.
Okay. So confidence and competence.
Yes.
And that comes from training and practice.
Yes.
And also you're training your mind as well as your body. Is that
Yes.
right, Matt?
Yes, you are.
Now you also work as a personal trainer part-time?
Yes, I work as a personal trainer part-time at the YMCA, and I work for another fantastic boss, Erica Tucker, there as well.
I know Erica. I do. We used to work together at servers we were certain waiters and waitresses together back in the olden days.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she's a great lady too.
Oh, great lady.
Now, so as a personal trainer, I've worked with a personal trainer myself. I know you're looking at me going, it's been a long time.
No.
No, but you know what? When someone's training you to do something like when you're working with the weights of the machines and stuff, it really is about a sense, like a muscle memory.
Right.
Right? Like you got to remember when you're going to be pulling down on this bar, you want to be feeling it here and all the different places where
Right.
and that your posture has to be right and you have to have your back set. So it really is training all of those things to happen.
Oh, for sure. It's all about all about the muscles of your form, and same thing with what we're doing with physical literacy. For example, throwing a disc golf disc.
Yes.
It's all the same. It's like it's your form. It's the same thing, same technique almost as you're hitting a golf ball, but you're throwing like this. So you need to know the position to stand in, how your hips are your hip placement,
Right.
and using your hips to help you throw with the power.
See, because when you think about that, when a motion of an arm isn't
Yes.
just an arm.
No.
There's everything else is in behind it too.
Right.
Like as you say, in a golf swing, there's the arms, there's the rotation through here, there's the
Yeah.
hips, there's the knee bend, all that kind of stuff.
For sure.
How the toe lifts as you swing through, you know what I mean?
Right.
How your feet, so many things involved in just one swing of a club.
Yeah.
So this is the kind of stuff you're talking about for physical literacy, getting
Yes.
competent
Yeah.
and confident.
Exactly.
Now, these programs, did you come up with some of these yourself, Matt? Like some of them were already in place, but you got to come up with some of them?
I got to come up with all the programs.
Like what about the disc golf?
So the come and learn disc golf that we're doing, yeah, we came up with that.
You did too?
We came up with the come and learn, and also the commit to be fit. But we'll kind of get into the.
What a cool
commit to be
job you
fits
have that you
after.
get to create this
Yeah, I
kind
know.
of program.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
Well, okay, so let's start with the disc golf, because I did
Yes.
not know that you actually did a free thing like training. I've seen it before. You know, driving down Pine Street.
Yes.
And you look to your right around that school,
Yeah.
which is Francis H. Clerk.
Yeah.
And there's that beautiful park there. And you see all these little wire baskets hanging around, like metal chain baskets kind of thing.
Yep.
And that is the disc golf.
Yeah, that's a disc golf course.
So, tell me about the game, what you do on Mondays.
So on Mondays from 1 to 3, we do basically a come and learn disc golf. It's drop in.
Come and learn.
People can show up, all ages, all abilities. It doesn't matter. You can come in. You've never played before, or there's some people who have played and they just want, it's just something for them to do in the afternoon if they're off. And what we normally do is we try to do an education and skills portion for about half hour, 45 minutes, and then the rest of the time, everybody goes and plays a round of disc golf.
And that's totally free.
Yeah.
So you do the training and you get, and it's a social activity too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's, what's the name of that park? Penhorwood Park at the corner of Pine and McDonald. So that's the disc golf part of it.
Yes.
Then we have the Commit to be Fit. We're going to come back from commercial and talk about what's going on in Clare Park this summer for totally free.
Yep.
Matt, this is amazing. Stay with us. Mornings with Luann and Tim and Matt La Montagne. Right after this.
That's good.
So during the commercial, you were telling me, I didn't know there's a disc golf league.
Yeah, there's a disc golf league. So it's run by the Sault Disc Golf Association.
There's an association?
Full-on association. And the gentleman who runs it, his name is Curtis Vanderloo.
Okay.
And he's been kind enough to come out on some Mondays and help us with the skills portion and education portion of our come and try disc golf day.
Okay, and now what does this say? Discs available for use, free discs to the first 30 people who come out to try what?
Yeah, we're giving away some of our old disc golf discs.
They're still in great shape. They're just you ordered new stuff.
We ordered like 100 new ones, and we got an extra 100. Now we have 150 total brand new discs.
The Rotary Club has donated some of their older ones, or
Kiwanis Club.
I'm sorry, I said Rotary. But anyway, Rotary and Kiwanis are both great clubs. But Kiwanis donated some of the discs, and now they're being given out to people.
Given out to the public for free.
And somebody else made a donation of discs as well. Yeah?
Yes, another one of our community partners, Luke Joss from Algoma Public Health.
Algoma Public Health.
He bought 100 himself, and he donated half of his to Kids Being Kids program.
Oh, the Kids Being Kids with the hubs and stuff.
Yes.
We did an interview on them as well. That's a great program. Yeah. Kids getting active and having fun. So they're playing?
They play every Wednesday with us. They play every Wednesday.
That's fantastic. Yep. So so now if they want to find out more about the disc golf, Matt, they can get a hold of you?
Yes, they can get a hold of me, and they can give me a call in the Community Services Department.
And 705-257-5414.
Yes.
Or La Montagne at City Super. Or you can just call us and we'll send you to Matt. Yep. Or actually, you know what, Matt? All of this information is on SiouxOnline.com.
It is.
On our community events calendar.
Yep.
So you can just look there and find out more about the golf. Now, but let's talk now. Commit to be Fit. This is why I brought you in here today.
Yes.
Because this is fantastic. Free fitness and wellness in Clare Park. Outside in the park in the summertime. Is this every Monday from now through August?
Every Tuesday.
So, I'm glad you said that.
Every Tuesday. I kind of made that mistake yesterday posting something on Facebook, and I said every Monday. I said a Monday, August 6th by accident. I'm like, no, it's August 7th every Tuesday.
Because you know what I was thinking? We're airing this interview on Monday the 6th to get the people to know about it for Tuesday the 7th, Tuesday the 14th, Tuesday the 21st, and Tuesday the 28th. Let's talk about some of the stuff that's going on.
Sure.
Coming up, so this is airing on Monday. So tomorrow at 6:30, Tuesday, August the 7th.
Yes.
At Clare Park, who is it?
Gabe.
Who's Gabe Sarinelli?
Gabe Sarinelli is one of my co-workers from the YMCA. He's also a fitness instructor, and he's also a trainer. Yeah. And I approached him and I asked him, "Hey, Gabe, do you want to do a spot? Do you want to do one of these Commit to Fit days?" Yeah. And he was totally on board. He is very intense. He's very interactive with everybody. Yeah. He'll motivate you. He's fantastic. He's really good at what he does.
It's a boot camp with Gabe Sarinelli. Yeah. You get an hour of free training workout in the park. How beautiful is that? Mm-hmm. Courtesy of the city of Sault Ste. Marie.
And Matt La Montagne.
Okay, so that's with Gabe on the 7th. On the 14th, Sarah Celli. Oh, I know her.
Oh.
Well, her husband's really good friends with my nephew. Okay, so circuit with Sarah Celli from Fit Bodies, Fit Minds. Circuit training?
It's going to be some type of circuit training, probably high intensity interval training. I'm not entirely sure. We kind of just spoke briefly about it, but she told me she was in.
Well, and she's with Fit Bodies, Fit Minds.
So it's going to be good.
It's got to be great. And that's cool because that's an afternoon one.
Yes.
12:15 till 1 o'clock on August the 14th.
Yeah.
Lunchtime. So you know what? If you're downtown, you work downtown, and you want to go on your lunch break and get a little workout, go see Sarah Chelly from Fit Bodies, Fit Minds in Clare Park from 12:15 to 1 on August the 14th.
Yep.
Okay, week 3, August the 21st. Julian DeLuzio. Soccer skills.
Soccer skills, yeah.
Come on, you get free soccer skill training?
Yeah.
For an hour at night.
For an hour. And it's part
Do you know this guy?
He is friends with my cousin.
Yeah.
Who got me in contact with him. And the whole thing with our Commit to Be Fits, it's not, we don't want to limit it to just fitness classes as in exercise trainers. We want to do different things. We want to, like last Tuesday this past Tuesday we had my buddy Phil Ditburner with Sioux Under Armour and flag football.
Yeah.
And he put on flag football with us.
Flag football?
Yeah.
So you're doing all, like everything?
Everything.
Are there all levels of skill levels and abilities?
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's all skill levels, all abilities. Anybody can come out, and everything will be modified. If you can't do something, they'll modify it to make sure that you can do it.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
All ages.
All ages, all abilities.
And all free. Now
free.
listen, this one, we're doing Tai Chi in the park.
Tai Chi in the park.
Okay. My sister does Tai Chi.
Okay.
And to watch her do it, you know what? Just watching someone do Tai Chi makes me feel at peace. You know, it really is a beautiful thing.
Okay.
It's a lot of core strength.
Okay.
It's a lot of stretching. It's very gentle, but it's also it's your what do you call that when you're it's like a meditation almost.
Yeah.
And it's once again great for people with limited mobility, whatever.
Yes.
It can really be customized to what you can do. Now, I don't know this Feng Loi Kok, a Taoist with Tai Chi. I don't know the gentleman. Do you?
I don't really know the gentleman itself. It's the name of the organization who does it.
Oh, the Taoist Tai Chi Society.
Yeah, it's the Tai Chi. Yeah, yeah.
Taoist. Okay, now we've got 2 sessions. August the 28th.
Yes.
Noon to 1:30. Once again, a great lunchtime session, and 7 to 8:30. An hour and a half of free Tai Chi. What a great way to learn about Tai Chi and all the benefits.
3 hours.
Not La Montagne.
3 hours of free Tai Chi.
You have done an amazing job,
Thank
and
you.
that's just August. There's
Yes.
all of September we haven't even covered yet. I'm going to have you back, though. Okay.
All right, sounds good.
Will you come back on the show and we'll talk about the September stuff
for sure.
when we get into September? We got to wrap up.
Yeah, no problem. It's good.
It's
nice
been
to
a
meet
real
you.
pleasure meeting you as well. Thanks for your time. So there you go. Sault Ste. Marie, Matt LaMontagne has set all this stuff up for you, whether it's disc golf up on Pine Street or whether it's Commit to Be Fit in Clare Park. Completely stay fit, stay active. Physical literacy in Sault Ste. Marie. Congratulations on your achievements. Nice to see another young gentleman from Sault Ste. Marie getting an education and having a job and staying here. Now get married, have a family, and start paying taxes. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with more Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back. That was so interesting.
I think so, and I just think that Claire is a very brave person.
I do too.
To grow up in this Northern Ontario community and all by your lonesome, figure stuff out. Boy, oh boy. Trailblazer.
Absolutely. Always good to see some trailblazing going on in Northern Ontario.
Exactly. So, we're going to come back tomorrow and do this all over again.
Let's do that. Have an awesome day today.
Enjoy this muggy weather. Stay cool, and we'll see you tomorrow morning on Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim.